Welcome to Farmers National Bank Blue Table Talk. I'm Kevin Helmick, CEO of Farmers National Bank, and we're so excited to have our inaugural guest here today, which is Bob Hannon, President and CEO of the United Way of the Mahoning Valley. Welcome, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
Kevin, great to be here, and thanks for taking on the role of chairing our campaign this year.
It's definitely going to be a different campaign, and we've talked a lot about it, and I think there's a lot of excitement. I know here at Farmers, when I talk to people around the Valley, there's a lot of excitement about what we can get done this year.
I think one of the reasons is that when the pandemic hit, we were in special event mode. We were getting ready for champions. We had Ryan Day coming in from Ohio State, our bass fishing, golf outing. Seems like everybody's favorite word is pivot, but we did pivot. We put the brakes on all special events, and you never want something like this, but I feel United Way was built for a crisis. We're able to collaborate. We can be the backbone, bring people together, and I'm really proud of the work our staff, the volunteers, and the community has done. I think we've made a real impact during this pandemic on the people that really need it the most, those that need food, those that need gift cards, children that need virtual after school. We've been part of all that.
I agree, and you and I, planning for this campaign, have talked a lot about that and that exact pivot. And so this is one of those things where we want to be able to educate all of our viewers and maybe what they're thinking about and how the United Way is impacting the community. And so tell us a little bit over the last 100 years, give us a little bit about the history and what's important and what's in your heart about the United Way.
So when we began 100 years ago, there were 11 businessmen that said, we need a central outlet for giving. We're being hit by a lot of different places. Can one place do it? We were the United Fund then. I think we raised like $300,000. It was a lot of money in 1919. So they said, we also need someone who can vet these organizations to make sure they're doing the right thing. We've evolved. Now in our 100 years, we've only had 6 CEOs. Which I think is pretty impressive. Made me feel pretty good when I took the job, by the way, that I might be able to stay for a while. I think the big change, Kevin, is that we shifted to what we call community impact 6 years ago. For most of our history, traditionally, we're a fundraiser. We pass money out to worthy organizations. We still do that, but we wanted to be more, take on more. So we began some of our own initiatives where we take the lead, Success After 6, Success by 6, report card mentoring, and we have oversight. But I think the biggest change is the number of volunteers we've brought in. We'll never do this work alone. Farmers has a lot of volunteers. You've taken part in our Saturday Day of Caring since the pandemic. But I think the number of volunteers, we've gone probably from a board of volunteers to 250 to 300 volunteers that regularly now support United Way.
I know Farmers, our people love the Day of Caring. I mean, obviously we have a workplace program that's wonderful and it's a priority for our employees, but when they can get out there and see the impact of the Saturday Day of Caring, I hear the stories when people come back and how our executives all the way through the rest of our workforce are getting involved. And that for us is the really rewarding and exciting part, to see our employees come back and know they've impacted the community.
So to share a little bit what Saturday Day of Caring is, so when the pandemic hit, we were looking at people that couldn't or shouldn't be out in the community. How do we get them food? Mostly seniors. We began on a Saturday with 100 families. We built it up to 260 families every Saturday for 8 straight Saturdays. Now we do it monthly. Now many of these seniors that we're working with want to write us a check. It's not like they're looking for a handout. They just can't be out because of their physical condition or how they feel. So we load up the food. Then we have people go out in the community and drive. We have 6-8 routes that everybody goes out and takes food. You get there at 8:30 on a Saturday. You're done by about noon. You have your entire day. It's really been successful. It's made an impact, and your team's been a big part of it. You also mentioned about the volunteer opportunity. When you can get someone to volunteer, they're more likely to give. But also it's more impactful if a farmer's employee comes back and starts spreading the word. That's that internal spreading of the word rather than United Way coming and making the pitch. It helps us tremendously.
One of the things I think that people connect with the United Way in the Mahoning Valley is Success After 6. Mm-hmm. And what a great program, especially you think about during the pandemic and everything that schools are trying to do to get all of the entire population, but especially the vulnerable population, back into schools where they can get these resources. And United Way has been such a big part of that. Tell us a little bit more about how you guys are handling the Success After 6 programs during the pandemic.
So last March, we went to virtual. We were doing virtual after school, working with the teachers, working with the schools. We're in 14 elementary schools doing work. So all of a sudden, that after school program, which typically does academics, does wraparound, teaches children how to swim. They go home with a warm meal. We bus them home about 7 o'clock at night. That ended. But we were able to do virtual, we were able to do learning online, and those children that took part in like 85 to 90% of the classes, we took them out Wedgwood Pizza. We gave them rewards, working with the families to get those children on virtual after school. That will continue this fall. There may be a handful of schools that do face-to-face, but those wraparound services, whether it be learning how to swim, extra reading help, food at night, we saw that as critical 6 years ago when we made this shift to community impact. We started with one school, Youngstown Community School. Now we're in every Youngstown school. We're in Camel, we're in Girard, Liberty Struthers. And you know something works when the teachers keep coming back and saying, we want this program.
And I know there are sponsorship opportunities for Success After 6. You and I have talked about a lot how Farmers wants to get involved this year. And those, as campaign chair, that's one of the things I'm trying to spread the word because I think it's just such a great program. But if people want to get involved in that or some of the other programs, how do they do it?
Best way is to go to our website and see what we do at www.ymvunitedway.org. And then if you see something that interests you, call our office, talk to me, talk to our team. We'll come meet with you. I don't know if you want to meet with us in this day and age, but we'll talk to you on the phone. We'll do a Zoom call. What we have found is once a donor, a CEO comes and sees the work or understands the work, they're going to get engaged because we're making impact on the people that need it the most. Those children that need to eliminate those barriers, we're able to do that. And I think the best way is to go to our website, then contact us directly, and we'll share with you what we're doing.
That's fantastic. Well, Farmers, we talk a lot about our stakeholders, and it's our shareholders, our customers, our employees in the community. The community is such an important facet of what we do and what we can bring to the table. And from our board of directors to our executive team, and all the way through our ranks, the United Way is always, every year we think about it, and it's something that we want to prioritize and make right at the top of our list. And so you guys have done a great job, and I want to congratulate you leading a great organization and tell you I'm so excited that I have the title of campaign chair, but believe me, you have all of Farmers Nation behind you this year, and we're going to get some great things done.
Well, that's critical, Kevin. You know, people ask, why do you have a campaign chair? I think, one, it adds credibility. When Kevin Helmick chairs campaign and says, okay, Farmers is in, then you believe in our organization. That means your employees are likely going to believe in our organization and what we do. And you know, as a CEO, the strength of United Way is our staff. I mean, they let me come in, shake some hands, kiss some babies, and do whatever I do. They do all the heavy lifting. So I've been able to put together a good team that's been able to do the work. But your employees have given, and they've donated their time. You have been so strong with what we're doing. And Farmers is such a great brand name to partner with United Way. That adds credibility. When someone picks up the paper or goes online and sees that you're chairing campaign, it helps United Way and helps support the work we're doing. When other people spread the word of our work, that's where we're able to grow and do more work in the community, whether it's donating, giving, the impactful work that we do. That's where we're able to really grow our organization.
That's another thing you and I have in common, and our organizations have in common, great staff. You have a wonderful team. I have a great team, and I know they've been working together as well. So it's we're here to tell the story, and we appreciate that, but those teams that we have are fantastic.
Well, and they shifted so quickly. The big change for us on this campaign, we do better when we can go face-to-face. When someone can hear our story, this time we're not going to get that opportunity, I don't think, to go face-to-face. We're doing a lot of virtual, a lot of Zoom. So it is concerning a bit that we're not getting in front of people because those typically are our strongest campaigns, but we're finding new ways to get in front of donors. You know, whether it's a nurse, a bank employee, a union worker giving $1 a week, $2 a week, that face-to-face is able to get us to where we need to get to, but we're finding other ways to get in front of people and also finding new ways to raise dollars.
And we have a golf outing that we're able to do this year, and we have Rocco coming in, and Rocco's a regional guy. He's a Pittsburgh guy, and I know that's close to your heart, and so that'll be a fun day, and I think something that we can get some normalcy back in, and I know we're going to do it appropriately as well.
So we will do, with the Lake Club and Emiransky, you're going to do it right. So we'll have social distancing. We were able to get Rocco to come in to support us, who almost beat Tiger at the U.S. Open in 2008. And I think many people are anxious for things like golf outings because there haven't been that many. It's a fundraiser for us. We lost all our special events, and we raised about $500,000 in special events because of COVID-19. This gives us an opportunity to recoup some of those dollars.
I learned a lot today, Bob, and we really thank you for being our first Blue Table Talk at Farmers National Bank, and look forward to hearing more from you and the United Way. It's going to be a great campaign in 2020, one for the books.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for your support and farmer support over all these years.